Or it looks like they're already in the lobby, but...
Well, that's just how Sean had to show them.
Yeah, I don't have a map for the outside.
Yeah. So in that case, what's actually going to end up happening is, Truthsayer is going to begin his walk, and, obviously, he can cast Stun Ball from basically any distance that's within line of sight, and so as soon as all 8 of them become apparent, I guess that's when you would say combat begins, and he would get, like, a surprise round? I don't know how you want to handle it, John. Okay.
You essentially get one free round.
Do you want us all to roll initiative and then act based on that for our free round, or how does that work?
A lot of you can roll initiative for that, say who goes first. That said, they don't get any initiative because rolled for them and there's not a single one noticed you. And there's currently nothing else to give things away.
Alright, for the purposes of this, I'll make sure that I'll just put my token here so that I don't have to keep flipping between Vision A and Vision B. Roll my initiative here. That's increased my initiative by 2, so I'm at 8, and I get 1 initiative pass extra.
Well, screw you, Aaron. Going before me.
It's fine. I mean, my first pass is going to have to be spent driving up to them anyway, I think. Right?
Yeah, if you want to get right up to them.
I'm going dead last.
Well, I can't really do anything on my first turn because it'll take me an action to activate Elemental Strike, and a melee strike is a complex action.
Well, you'll get your full IPs before they can do anything.
Yeah, we're getting an entire, combat, turn, rather than just, one, pass. So you'll still be able to do something and just, I guess you, how far you can walk 10 meters. I just hope that, well, you probably aren't close enough. You might have to run outside before they get into the lobby. Since the red-haired woman is standing in there, you could charge at her, basically, with a run.
Yeah,
since you'd be surprising her as well, and we know that she's involved with this.
Oh, and I'm switching my normal comlink into hidden, and bringing my burner phone with my backup ID online.
The person who acts is Twitch in our initiative.
So yeah, I'll be doing that while riding my bike on up to the front doors. Or on up to where they are, more or less.
Yeah, they stepped out right up.
Laying down fire with my predator.
Yeah, they stepped out right in front of the front doors, walking basically straight in.
And Truthsayer's now in a pillar.
I just put myself there because we don't have an outside area. As soon as I saw that there was 8 people and that's all there was in the vehicle, I wanted to act while they were all grouped up.
So yeah, I'm going to try to get to between 0 and 20 meters from all of them.
Well, you're taking your bike, right? So that's what's the acceleration on your bike?
It is 20/50.
So yeah, you can do it. You're going to be taking I think it's a -2 for firing from a moving vehicle as you slow down near them. Going basically riding straight up to them and then stopping right next to them. You're going to be taking a -2 for your first actions.
-3 for attacker in a moving vehicle.
-3 then.
Well, there you go. And it's Papa Dwarf that's supposedly the mage, right?
Yeah, from the dossier, her father is a mage. Can everyone go ahead and give me a memory test? That's,
Plus will.
yeah,
What's
logic
plus
logic plus will.
Okay, so it's... Okay. The 2 attributes. Okay.
I think. I thought he had brown hair. This is dumb.
Actually, that's almost exactly what you think. His dossier said black hair. Her father's dossier, what you got from it, said an old picture showed black hair. That's not her. That's almost certainly not her father, unless he's dyeing his hair red.
Huh. Well, I'll fire a shot at guard 1 and then guard 2.
Splitting your dice pool.
No.
Well, your first turn is going to be spent actually traveling up towards them.
Oh, okay.
Your first IP.
And then grinding to a halt next to him.
Yeah. Well, you can either one grind to a halt for no, your next one's going to be... Do you have a way to control your bike without you actually controlling it? You don't have a gyro stabilizer, do you?
No.
Okay, your bike cannot drive itself, so if you're going to be taking a hand off the wheels to shoot, you're going to be needing to make a drive test. Unless...
Well, I was thinking I would ride up to them, grind to a halt, then take my hand off the wheel and shoot them.
Something like a vehicle test with a threshold being required in order for him to stop his vehicle so suddenly like that?
Yeah, operating a complex object such as computer, vehicle, mechanical tool, so on is a complex action. So to start driving up towards them will be one complex action. To essentially do a stop right near them will be another complex action.
Oh.
Your initiative passes to do that, and your third initiative pass will be to shoot.
Yep. And since shooting a gun is a simple action, correct?
Yes.
I can use that third initiative pass to try and shoot both guards. So yeah, that works just fine for me.
So, Vice's first initiative pass?
He's going to take one of his first simple actions is going to be activating Elemental Strike, Shock on his fists. I don't know if this has a visual effect, but he does it. And then his next simple action is to run to the red-haired woman in the lobby.
Running is actually a free action. You do movement independent of your actions, normally walking. But for running, you have to use a free action. You have a free action and 2 simple actions, or a free action and 1 complex. So you can use your free action to run towards her, yeah.
And I think that if it has any visual effect, it would just be the occasional tendril of electricity connecting to a ferromagnetic object nearby.
Well, it really doesn't matter if it's a simple or it is a simple or a free action because I really can't do anything after with my other simple action. Because an unarmed attack is a complex action.
Yeah, I thought maybe you could take aim or something, but that's a ranged weapon. I don't know, you can use a simple object. Hell if I know.
Okay. From where you were, Each initiative pass is 8.3 meters.
So it's going to take me 8.3 meters. It's going to take me...
Do the full 3 initiative passes then to get to her, since if it's 8.3, she's like 17-ish away from you from like punching. I don't know exactly how far away you need to stand before Sean says you punch, because
You basically need to touch the tokens to be in,
okay,
unless you have reach.
see,
But so this first one is it's just going to be on the second one you can attack her.
if I were to use my other simple action to sprint, could I make it to her now?
You've got to roll your running.
yep, you'd have to roll a running plus strength test. Each hit adds 2 meters to your running rate.
It should be, I should have a macro for this. Let's just make sure I put the right things in. Okay.
Running rate becomes 27 instead of 25, which means he could move at 9 per initiative pass, Sean?
No, each simple action just straight adds, so
Oh, okay.
next time you'll be able to essentially walk towards her.
Well, I mean, you could also still do that in the process of running, because if you're running at someone and going to do a melee action, you actually get a charge bonus, which actually overrides the fact that you're running.
Yep,
Cool.
that too, but you can't... if you're charging, I think there's a downside. I forget what the downside is.
Who runs
Right.
and attacks an opponent in the same action phase is considered to be charging. The charging character must cover at least 2 meters of ground. Charging characters get a +2 dice pool modifier to their attacks and do not suffer a movement modifier for running.
Okay.
That's on page 159 of the core rulebook.
Yeah, I do. I actually have all that in my notes.
There, of course, there's also like GM screens and stuff that compile tables.
Yeah. Well then, it's Truthsayer's turn.
I'm going to use a free action to drop a sustained spell, which is going to be on my improved invisibility, which will allow me to cast a spell without penalty. As my complex action, I'm going to cast Stun Ball at Force 5. I'll go ahead and draw that just to show the fact that I can capture them all, because it's like 10 meters in diameter.
Yeah, they're all right next to each other.
Yep. So it's going to be a Force 5 Stun Ball with 11 dice. I'm not going to use a point of edge on this. I'll wait to see how things go. I'll go ahead and make my roll here. That's going to be 4 hits. There has to be at least 1 in order for it to succeed. And it's resisted by willpower plus counterspelling if any of them have any.
So let me go ahead and make rolls for each of them. And how much damage do they take as it stands?
That's going to be 5S plus an extra 3 hits so far, so that would be 8S. Obvious Security Guard 2 takes 6S. Hi, girls.
Is it physical or stun damage? If you take more than your body, you get knocked down.
It's both.
Points. The dwarven beauty. Area of effect, guys. This is my dream come true.
I'm wondering what that dwarven beauty spent 3 of her edge on.
Oh,
So
for
you're
any
saying
major
there's
for any major
saying-
NPCs, when they come into play, to rather than just have them have like a shit ton of edge and have them burn it all, trying to destroy you, I roll their edge to see if they have any spent.
Seven stun for the young dwarven man. Eight stun for the very thoughtful looking dwarven girl. You're so thoughtful, yes you are. Stun for her. That'll be 7 stun for the stocky dwarf. And finally the blonde dwarf woman. That'll be, that'll just be 6 stun. Excuse me, no, that'll be 5 stun for her. 5 stun. Okay, now my qualifying, as I ended up having 3 excess hits, I've got to roll force divided by 2, which will be 2 plus 1, which is 3, and then plus an extra 3 more, so drain resistance test of 6. Okay, let's go ahead and make that roll. I might have to use a point of edge on this. I'm gonna use a point of edge to re-roll my failed dice on that. Oh goodness, that... Alright, so DRT 2 plus, and I failed on 8 of those. Shit. Okay, I take 3 points of stun damage from my own stun ball, just from the counter effects of it.
I'd say it was worth it.
Yep, that actually takes me down to a wound penalty now. I'm very sad.
Still worth it.
Still worth it. When with that complex action, I use my free action. That ends my my first IP. Sean.
So it's coyotes.
I will order the Optic X drone to take out the outside cameras that we've already seen. So it should just be a given, because the only role for that is to see if you find them. And then I will order my the Kanmushi and the Fly Spy back to the car. I guess the Kanmushi I'll leave there to keep track of things, but the Fly Spy back to the car. And I will wait and see what happens. I don't know that there's anything else you can do.
Give me that roll anyways.
For what?
The one to neutralize the cameras.
Times to find them or something or another. I forget exactly what it said since I removed my camera neutralizer.
It is, it's rating times 2 with a threshold of 2 unless the cameras are really small, and then it's threshold of 3 to find them, and they're automatically neutralized if they're found.
Roll your rating times 2 then. Pass a threshold of 2.
Could spend a point of edge.
Yeah, no, but the reason I say, I don't, I mean, I'm fine with taking the roll, but...
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. You can see the camera. You can see where they are. It can't get a good line of sight on the exact lens where it needs to put the laser to burn out the camera.
Gotcha.
That's why the roll's necessary anyways.
I gotcha. How many cameras are there? Because C gets a roll for, or it gets a roll for each, I think. Or is it just to find any camera?
Well, at least one camera is going to be out or catching it for now, so I forget how that's supposed to be handled. I don't want to roll for every single camera because there's probably at least a dozen in your general direction, even if most of them aren't intended to be capturing you at the moment.
Yeah, it just says to determine if the neutralizer system detects a camera, make a device rating ×2, threshold of 2 test. Visibility modifiers apply, and then it just talks about, that's it.
Okay, well, I'll just go ahead and have you roll the 1, and once you roll it, which probably will be next turn, I'll say it goes ahead and just neutralizes all the important cameras.
All right.
Rather than having to roll for every single one.
That's fine. It does get 3 IP passes, though, I think, if I'm just ordering it to do so.
Yeah, it does. So next is back to the top of the IP, Twitch. Your next action is stopping. You're not going fast enough that it requires a test. So you essentially stop right up behind them. How far do you want to be? You there?
Oh, sorry. I wasn't pressing down my talk button. Yeah, I'll grind to a stop about there-ish, right behind them, blocking off their ability to get back to the van.
Okay. Then next is Vice. You can
Vice
go
is
ahead.
He's going to charge.
Yeah, he's using his free action to complete his run, and his complex action to charge. Woo!
So the charge gives me a +2, right?
+2 to your dice pool, and since she's surprised, there is no defense possible, I think.
Well, she's seen you standing there for an hour and a half, or has it been like an hour and a half? It's been at least an hour, I know that. So she's probably guessed what you are, or at the very least she's been keeping an eye on you. She gets her defense, but
unaware of the attack, okay.
Yeah, she's not completely unaware.
Alright.
Okay, I do not have Killing Hands activated, by the way.
Okay, good.
I thought you needed to have Killing Hands activated in order to use Elemental Strike. Is that not true?
Nope.
Okay. You just need to have it. You just need to have it.
It stacks with Elemental Strike and Killing Hands stack, and you need Killing Hands the power to get Elemental Strike, but you don't need them both active or anything like that.
So he can either do deadly lightning or somewhat less deadly lightning.
Yep.
Somewhat less deadly lightning. I mean, that's what I'm hoping for, somewhat less deadly lightning.
Nope. You just overflow her stun bar twice over.
Damage value for that punch currently at, Jordan?
She manages to block your punch with her face.
Yeah, no, see, I was actually going to say that reminds me of one time I was in a martial arts class with one of my friends, and he parried in the same direction he was dodging and brought my fist directly into his nose.
She takes 15s worth of damage.
That's electric.
Which means it
Armored.
halves her impact
Yep.
armor. So
So
that's
she gets her
what?
body plus, so she's rolling a 3.
Plus 1/2 impact.
Surprising amount of soak. Her face is very sturdy.
Stun damage. Electric.
That's 8 plus 5 is
13.
yeah, 13.
I'm gonna say right now, if she was pretty before, she ain't pretty anymore.
Of course she's been knocked unconscious, but normally there'd have to be like the body plus willpower at 3 to avoid being incapacitated and stunned and blah blah blah.
Yeah, she's on the ground, unconscious and twitching. And this just in, Vice punches women.
Describe that for us, Jordan, because not only did you like fucking just flap, yeah, go ahead and describe this action to us.
Well, he's got a good of a run, and you know, Vice. He can sprint up to 48 miles. He can sprint up to 48 kilometers an hour. So you got a good head of steam going on him. And just as he's about to reach her, he reels back his fist and just decks her in the face. And for whatever reason, she didn't move her face out of the way. So he punched her full in the face with an electrical fist.
She wasn't expecting a fist going 48 miles an hour hitting her face, is what the problem was.
And with that, I think
User in your channel timed out.
And with that, I think my turn is finished, and Aaron couldn't handle the awesomeness of it.
That is where she ended up.
Oh man, it's a good thing too. You fucked up the awaken check. That's a good thing to do, man. No mages, except for me. Oh, good times.
Yeah, and move him wherever you want, Coyote. I'm just there so I can see the map here.
Okay, so it's Truthsayer's next IP.
I also think the wound penalty takes an immediate effect on my
Yes,
on
it
like her
does.
dishes, so that actually put me down to 11.
Doesn't matter for the time being.
It doesn't matter for now. Well, Truthsayer is gonna hope that, although Twitch has, brought her vehicle to stop and he's sure she's perfectly capable of shooting, Truthsayer would like to, Twitch to be able to grab the target as quickly as possible. As such, he is going to use another complex action. And, he's gonna bring down another, we're gonna make it Force 5. Yeah, we'll make it another Force 5 stun ball. Before I do that, gonna use no, I'll save the free action. I might not want to counterspell, I might want to run. We're gonna use that, and again, I'm able to hit them all. And I can position it just so that it won't hit Twitch. I'll go ahead and make my stun ball roll. It does factor in my -1 penalty automatically. Do I want to use edge dice for this? Not yet. We'll wait to see how many hits I roll, and then if necessary, I might use edge dice to do that. 3 hits. Fuck. No. I won't re-roll that with edge. We're looking at 3 hits. That's gonna be 7 stun damage normally, and if someone shaves off all 3 hits, they don't take anything.
By the way, Aaron's completely off the grid.
I see that.